Tonight on News Prime, Secretary to Government of the Federation reiterates Tinubu's commitment to providing more dividends of democracy. Other business, Nigerian stock market concludes year 2024 with a gain of 3.65%. Other first said many fared died after two boats capsized off central Tunisia. And the sport, a Premier League club had risks of new point deduction over profitability sustainability rules. Hello and welcome to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. Chairman of Oyo State Chapter of Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Happy Adedapo, has appealed to government to give more incentive to the health workers and doctors to reduce the Japa syndrome in Nigeria. Adedapo appealed in an interview in Ibadan, said that the Japa syndrome, which was one of the major challenges of the health workers in 2024, will be reduced to the barest minimum if the doctors were made comfortable. He noted that it is not too much for the government to give car loans to the doctors to encourage them and keep them in the system. Hence, the association is appealing to the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, to put the doctors working in the state the medical residency training fund, as well as adjusted consolidated medical salary scales that federal government implemented should also for doctors in Oyo State as well. However, from that, Minister of State for Works, Bello Mohamed Gaza, reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to ensuring sustainable infrastructure development and modernizing road network and driving economic empowerment for all Nigerians in 2025. The minister started this in a New Year message, saying that the visionary leadership and the steadfast commitment to renewed hope agenda has set the nation on the path to transformative growth and development. Igoria reiterated that the Ministry of Works, under the leadership of Engineer David Umahi, remains steadfast in delivering impactful projects that will improve the quality of life for every citizen. And now the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited has invited former President Olusegun Obasanjo to tour its rehabilitated refineries following his public skepticism about the viability of the $2 billion invested in the facilities. Obasanjo, during a recent television interview, questioned the progress at the Port Harcourt and Warri refineries, citing historical challenges faced during his administration in efforts to revamp Nigeria's refining capacity. In a response, the Chief Corporate Communication Officer of the nation's oil company, Lufemi, acknowledged the former president's stature and contribution, but highlighted the NNPCL recent transformation. He invited Obasanjo to assess the progress firsthand. And our Kano State Command of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says it arrested 1,345 suspects and seized over 8 million kilograms of illicit substances in 2025. The State Commander Abubakar Idris Ahmed made these known in an interview in Kano, saying the suspect arrested comprised 1,201 males and 44 females, noting that the illicit substances seized include the hemp, cocaine, heroin, and the methyl cocaine and other 5 million tablets of tramadol. And our Rivers State Governor, Similayo Fubara, has vowed to frustrate any individual or group attempting to undermine his administration efforts to deliver good governance to the people of the state. Speaking at the 2025 New Year's State Banquet held at the Government House, Port Harcourt, Fubara reassured residents that his administration remains resolute in its mission to protect the state interests. Fubara declared that his administration will ensure it protects the integrity of the state at all costs and will not allow anybody to take the state for a ride. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Chapter of All Progressive Congress APC says the presentation of the 2025 appropriation bill to 3 members of the State House of Assembly by the Governor Fubara is illegal, unthinkable, and violation of the law. The main opposition party in the Senate also said that the action is against the established governance protocols. APC chairman in Rivers State, Tony Okocha, said this while briefing newsmen at his residence in Port Harcourt, where he insisted that the governor's action is a blatant disregard for judicial pronouncement. However, Governor Siminalayi Fubara had said that Victor Kojimbo-led State House of Assembly remains the authentic one. President Tinubu says his administration is in no battle with state governors over the controversial local government autonomy. Tinubu, in a statement signed by Special Advisor on Information Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, however, called for collaboration from the 36 state governors, highlighting their crucial role in the grassroots development. The statement noted that the president said this when he received Vice President Kashim Shettima and members of the Nigerian Governors Forum who paid him a new year homage at his Ikoyi residence in Lagos. However, from that day, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has reiterated President Bola Tinubu's commitment towards providing more dividends of democracy to Nigerians. Akume said this at the Thanksgiving service held in honor of the Executive Director of Housing, Finance and Account, Federal Housing Authority, Matthias Boyan, in Benue State. SG have also called on youth in the states not to surrender themselves to the political class to be used as tools for destruction. Now, on a sad note, 2 people have been hospitalized after the resident of the Soje area in Minna, Niger State, clashed with some members of the Vigilante Corps. Reports gathered said that the clash was ignited by a raid carried out by the members of the Vigilante Corps as they went after people in the black spot in Soje area of Minna, which is known as the zone for hoodlums and drug peddlers. While some of the residents said that the part of the Soje that was raided by the vigilantes was not part of the so-called trouble zone, the police public relations officer in the state, SP Wasiu Abiodun, confirmed the incident and advised vigilantes to work in synergy with the police. And on to Abia State, as Governor Alex Otti has announced a ban on all forms of payment in primary and secondary schools across the state. Governor Otti, in his New Year address, underscored his administration's resolve to safeguard the future of the children. And to ensure the smooth school operation, the governor unveiled the new financial system for the public schools, adding that head teachers and school principals are now entitled to specific sums every month for managing day-to-day operations of their schools. And now a Catholic Reverend Father has allegedly shot the boy dead after the latter set off some knockouts within the church premises during a New Year Mass held on January 1st, 2025 in Imo State. The incident not only attracted reaction from social media users but has also left the community in shock and mourning, with residents expressing outrage and demanding a thorough investigation to uncover the fact behind the unfortunate event. A spokesperson for the police, for Imo State Police Command, Henry Okoye, when contacted, said that the command is already aware of the incident, adding that investigation has been launched into the incident. As unruly French citizen was reportedly deported by the Air France at the Buja airport on New Year Day after causing security and diplomatic concerns at the aerodrome. The unarmed foreign national disrupted the multiple flights and prompting security personnel to remove him from the aircraft and restrict his access to the boarding area. The Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection at the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, Michael Chimugu, shared details of the incident on his X account, confirming that the passenger, whose identity remains undisclosed, was initially deboarded from an Air France flight due to disruptive behavior that posed a safety risk to all the passengers. Now, elsewhere in the news, a group of Northern elders from the Northern Youth Group have rejected in totality the recent allegations made by General Tijani, military head of Niger Republic, against Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of conniving with France to destabilize his country. In a communique read at the end of the 8th meeting of the Arewa Youth Coalition for Peace and Political Development and Northern Elders Progressive Group in Kaduna, the group said that Tijani claims are baseless allegations capable of overheating the polity here in Nigeria. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, many fared dead after 2 boats capsized off central Tunisia. We shall bring those details as well as business, sport and foreign stories after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Many thanks for staying with us here on News Prime. And on to business news. The Nigerian stock market, tracked by the All Share Index, concluded a stellar year in 2024 with a remarkable gain of 37.65%, fueled by the resilient bullish momentum. Now, this impressive performance continues a strong recovery that began in 2020, following two challenging years where the index faced declines of 17.81% in 2018 and 14.60% in 2019. Now, in a striking comeback, the index recovered in 2020 with a robust 50.3% increase, outpacing the major global benchmarks like the S&P 500 and the 100, which finished at 16.3% and over 14.3% respectively during the pandemic. The federal government says it has commenced the implementation of the 2024 withholding tax regulations, which was approved by President Bola Tinubu in July 2024 and published in official gazette in October. The revised regulations became effective on January 1st, 2025, signaling effort to modernize Nigeria's tax system, which is designed to streamline the compliance processes and reduce the inefficiency and ease administrative burden for the businesses. Announcing the commencement of the new tax regime on New Year's Day, the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Ayodele, said on his X account that these changes are particularly aimed at small and medium enterprises, manufacturers, producers, and farmers across, considered vital to Nigeria's economic stability and growth. An analysis of data from Central Bank of Nigeria has shown that the official exchange rate between the Naira and the United States dollar ended in 2024 at the 1,535 Naira to the US dollar. This was 40.9% depreciation over the year when compared to the official rate at the close of 2023, which stood at 907.11 Naira. The greenback. The significant depreciation comes amid the regulatory bank's introduction of several foreign exchange policies aimed at enhancing the market transparency and attracting the foreign investors in the country. Now to foreign scene, a civil defense official says that 27 migrants, including women and children, have died after two boats capsized off the central Tunisia, with 83 people rescued. Azid Ziridi, head of civil defense in the nearby city of Saf, stated that the rescued and the passengers who were found off the island aimed to reach Europe and were all from the sub-Saharan African countries. Tunisia, as well as neighboring Libya, is a key departure point for irregular migrants seeking to reach Europe for a better life. Italy's island of Lampedusa is only 150 kilometers, which is about 90 miles from Tunisia. Now, the United Kingdom government has announced the new measures targeting people smuggling guns, including travel bans and restriction on phone and social media use for suspected criminals. These actions from the part of the Border Security, Asylum and Immigration Bureau aim at dismantling and organized immigration crime networks. The legislation introduces interim orders enabling law enforcement agencies to impose immediate restrictions on individuals suspected of people smuggling. British grime star Stormzy has been banned from driving for 9 months after being caught using a mobile phone behind the wheel of his Rolls Royce in West London. 31-year-old rapper whose real name is Michael Ebenezer pleaded guilty via a letter to the offense, which occurred on Addison Road, West Kensington in March last year. Multiple reports say that the judge added 6 points to the rapper's license, resulting in automatic disqualification, and imposed a fine of $2,010. Our China Ministry of Commerce says it has sanctioned 10 United States defense firms over arms sales to Taiwan, its second round of measures against American companies over the issue in less than a week. The ministry said that the firms will be prohibited from the import and export activities or making new investment in China, while their senior managers will be banned from entering the country. China had announced sanctions on 7 U.S. military and industrial companies, including the Boeing subsidiary, are also over U.S. military assistance to Taiwan. And now more on the foreign news. Impeached South Korean President Yoon Suk remained defiantly inside his residence, resisting arrest for a third day after vying to fight authorities seeking to question him over his failed marital law bid. The embattled leader issued the Bonglet declaration on December 3rd that led to his impeachment and has left him facing arrest, imprisonment, or worse, the death penalty. Supporters and opponents of Yoon have since camped outside his presidential residence, while members of his security team have blocked attempted police raids in a dramatic standoff. And on to sport news, the Confederation of African Football CAF Disciplinary Board has convened to address several incidents and matters arising from the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 qualifiers and CAF Interclub competition. Various teams and football federations face sanctions for the misconduct and security lapses and found disturbances during the critical fixtures. And now, according to a statement on the Federation website, the disciplinary actions reflect the CAF's commitment to maintaining order and upholding the integrity of its tournament. Leicester Star reportedly fails a nervous wait to discover whether they will be charged by the Premier League to breach profitability and sustainability rules. Now, the Fox, who sit 19 in the league table, were one of the several teams who had to submit their financial accounts for the 2023-2024 season on the New Year's Eve. And this was due to the fact that the club who secured the promotion to the Premier League this season have recorded financial losses over the past 2 years. According to The Guardian, the side would discover their fate on January 13th. Akeba Jesus is determined to keep scoring as Arsenal look to end their more than 20-year wait for the Premier League title. And the Brazil striker scoring his 6th goal in a 4-game told reporters that he wants to keep winning and scoring and helping the team. Arsenal have finished runners-up to City for the past 2 seasons and start 2025 once again in the second place. Now, to wrap up the news prime, let's take a look at our major stories. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, John Jakuma, has reiterated President Bola Tinubu's commitment towards providing more dividends of democracy to Nigerians. And in business, the Nigerian stock market, struck by the oil share index, concluded its stellar year in 2024 with a remarkable gain of 37.65%. Unfortunately, in a civil defense official says that 27 migrants, including women and children, have died after 2 boats capsized off central Tunisia. On the sport, Leicester Star reportedly faced a nervous wait to discover whether they will be charged by the Premier League to breach profitability and sustainability rules. And as a package here on Global TV News Prime, coming to you live from the nation's capital. A reminder that we on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276 is free to air on ICOM site. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for joining us on News Prime. I am Adikan Michael. See you again.